home, Captain Bryan.
Thank you so much.
I'm playing you some welcome home music here as we talk.
Oh, it still stirs my heart, dandelions.
This is one I wrote for you, the first one I wrote for you.
I know. You know, I just got off the boat, jumped on a plane and came here. I haven't seen her since February.
That's right, February. Don't get carried away now. Wait until after
All right, good night,
the
everyone.
programming. It'll be a short program.
Thanks for coming. Oh boy. Well, the trip home was a little bit gentle. There was a lot of light wind and a lot of motoring. But I spoke to a pilot friend of mine who flies up and down the eastern seaboard, and he said, man, the week before you guys sailed, it was terrible. Storms and storms and more storms. It's just terrible. And this week is kind of chewy, so maybe it was a good thing that it was light and calm. And
I should say.
But there were some good moments. We stopped and swam in the Gulf Stream, warm water and sunshine, and 15,000 feet of water.
How do you stop in a sailboat on the open ocean?
Well, if there's not much wind, you just take the sails down.
And there you are.
And there you are. Yeah, it was great. It was just great moments like that. So even on a relatively uneventful trip, it can be just sweet.
Well, I see we have a whole bunch of comments, some hellos and greetings and questions
Yes,
too.
Tom Hankinson, Dave Sharp, David Harlison.
Yeah. Neil from Florida is asking how your sea legs are. Your landlubber legs.
It's funny about that. We stopped one day in Norfolk because the weather was chewy and we were out of fuel and we were tired. We just decided to stop for one night, let this weather blow through. And I got off the boat and not a dribble, not even a little bit of that kind of I'm still on the boat kind of thing. Not at all. Then I got all the way home and I got off and it was bad. It was real strong.
Oh, really? I didn't hear about that.
Oh, I kind of like it actually. So, but I felt it a lot then. I don't know how to explain it. But right now I'm fine. Sea legs are good. Let's see who else is saying something here.
I can't believe that I can play this and listen to you and talk at the same time. I'm actually I'm surprising myself.
You are a monster on that guitar.
Well, not really, but every now and then.
Well, look, I'm almost a blonde like she is.
Look at that. Wow, our hair color is almost the same after being in the sun for so long.
Yeah.
But skin color's not the same.
Yeah,
You've gotten dark. In fact, we had to adjust all of the lights here very carefully. Bryan being the man of light.
There's a light on me, but not on her.
He's got the lights strategically arranged. Otherwise, it's just this dark spot over here. Spot.
It's what I do.
Yeah. No, I mean that's really what attracted me to you. Is at very first is your attention to light in your photography. Yeah, just a real detailed attention to light and
I don't care what
and
it was.
optimism.
I'm just glad you found it and called me.
Yes. Yeah.
Whatever it was.
That's right. Yeah, I called you and said, "Can you do the album cover for Nightlight Daylight?" That was
That's
it.
right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Well,
I still have the email.
Right. You do.
Yeah. Yes, I do.
Yeah. Well, ancient history now. How many years?
9
has it been?
years.
9 years.
9
9 years and counting.
Something.
9 years. Less that 6 months that you've been gone on your sailboat, right? Yeah.
Well, I don't count it that way.
No. I came to visit you though.
She did for one whole week.
Yes.
Busy girl that she is.
Yes. And in the Bahamas. Yeah, and that's where we saw the iguanas.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
The pink iguanas.
Yeah, I wrote that little part of a tune for them and everything. Well, let's say some greetings here. I see some greetings are still coming in. Gail says hey, and other questions here. I know we didn't give you a whole lot of notice that.
Stan from New Mexico. Andrea.
And yes, we did have a question earlier. What was your the biggest waves that you've been in?
Ever?
Yeah.
Oof. Andy's my neighbor at the beach. He's older than me. He was a fighter pilot in Vietnam. He and I have sailed a lot together. In fact, he sailed with me back home. And so he and I had sailed to Bermuda one time, and I sent him home. I said, I'm going to do the next thing alone. This is my first solo passage. And I was going to go from Bermuda north to Nova Scotia. And God, I wish Andy was there because I got my butt royally kicked by a 3-day storm. The waves were probably 20 to 25 feet.
Wow.
And the wind was from directly astern, so I'm going with the wind and the waves, which happened to be, thank God, right at Nova Scotia, so that was good. But the wind was so strong, it was blowing the tops of the waves off, and so the white water would come tumbling down like a waterfall and either skid past the boat or smack the boat and fill the cockpit. And I'd leap out and, bail the cockpit out.
Wow.
Tried to sleep. I really didn't. I didn't sleep for 3 days. I tried, but.
Well, this boat that you're in, it actually was not built for the ocean, and it's not even 30 feet.
Yeah,
And so, yeah.
It's 29.9. They call it a 30. It's a Grampian 30, Canadian Great Lakes boat, and they built it okay. I mean, it's not really a true, tough as nails blue water boat, but it's gotten a few places.
It's gone a few places.
It's
It's kind of like so have barrels sometimes. So,
hey, it got me to Europe. It got me across the pond.
yeah, it's amazing that.
Newfoundland, and Azores, and
Now, should I be concerned? Bryan going out and on the.
I've always come
Grampian
back,
30,
have I not?
You have always come back. Yes, right. And sometimes we've gone together. So, and that's been an inspiration for a lot of tunes.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's
But I
right.
never thought that I'd be, many days out there on the open sea, with you. And it was the last thing on my mind that I would be sailing, It wasn't in my...
And now you're doing an album of sailing.
Now I'm doing an album of sailing songs, yes.
I think you should play him a song. This is about time
okay.
for a song.
All right. How about this one? Never thought I'd be many days on the open sea. I'm sailing. Never thought I'd say life is once again my way. I'm sailing out on the sea. Let me be far away where troubles never find me. I was always shy, never took the chance, but in my dreams I was sailing. Never thought I'd try something so unusual like running away with you. Sailing free, far away where troubles never find me. Isn't it a fact? Just when you think you've got it all under your hat, life takes one left turn, and love is on the way. Ever on the sea, winds will change whene'er they please. That's something I have learned while sailing. I'm sailing. I'm sailing far away where troubles never find me.
Now, somebody on here, Joyce, I think it was, whether knowingly or not, has stirred the pot because she
Yes.
says, "Have you ever considered getting a catamaran?"
Oh.
Now, in the boating world, you've got power boaters and sailors, stink pots and sailors. There's sort of a rivalry, you know. But within the sailing community, there's the monohulls and the cats, which is also a bit of a thing. Like, I hate catamarans. I don't hate them, but they're just like big bugs, and they don't really know where they're
No,
going.
no, no. All these catamaran
They
people are
anchor
gonna
too
think,
close. When they open up their doors, like crowds of people come pouring out, and they flood the beaches and everything. It's just like, go away. No, I have never considered getting a catamaran. No, no, no.
they're a little more stable, though, as far as...
Well, that the women like it
Yeah.
because they don't tip, yes, and there's a lot of room in the main salon and all this sort of thing. But the bedrooms are tiny, so
I've done pretty well with waves, you know. With my...
I've never shown her a catamaran. Never let her go on board. Because I don't want her saying, "Hey, let's get a catamaran."
That's right. No, I've done pretty well with the...
Yes, you have.
You know, got a good solid stomach for sailing.
Yes, you have.
Moderate waves, according
Modest,
to you.
modest little, barely 30 feet Adelsat. You've done very well.
Yeah, thank you.
Yes.
Well,
Then you wanted to show something from the channel, that funny dream sequence?
yes, before I do, though,
Sorry.
I just was thinking about that song as I was playing it. So you remember that term, I'm sailing, right?
From the movie, from Dave, is it?
What about Bob?
What about Bob? Not
Yeah,
Bob,
so
Bob.
that was actually the inspiration for the lyrics. So you remember that
Where
movie?
he's tied to the mast.
He's tied to the
I'm
mast.
sailing, I'm sailing.
That's the only way he could sail.
Right.
Right. And I had just written that song. I just had the very first draft of it, and I handed it to Mark Kibble and said, what do you think about this? And then he said, I could do a treatment for this. I said, really? Well, let's think about it. And then some days later, I heard from Mark, he says, it's done. I said, what do you mean it's done? And he had recorded an 8-part, fully produced vocal version of this to my scratch guitar part.
Wow.
And so I said, well, I guess it's done. At that point, I guess we stopped writing lyrics at that point.
Hmm.
And I guess it feels done. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm sailing. Yeah. And many more songs.
I'd like
after
to hear it again, get my 2 cents in there, but
that. Yeah.
I do give her my 2 cents.
Yeah, he does. He's got very good opinions when it comes to music. Yeah. Yeah. Music production and
So she says.
yeah, I always listen to you.
Maybe she's a little biased, just a little bit.
Yes. And likewise, you listen to my sailing advice, right?
I'd listen.
Well, I just have these small requests, like
Yes, dear.
to get a life preserver that's less than 35 years old on board. They're supposed to be checked
Let's
every
read some
now
of
and
these
then.
comments.
So, right.
Get away from this. Oh, there's Bunny Barnes.
Okay.
Howdy, Bunny.
Yes. Okay. Yeah. Yes.
Elias is clapping.
Oh, yes. There's and then, some people are giving some different boat ideas, like the Koch Rapido boats. Yeah, that's right. Yes. Oh, and then, do you think that Jay here thinks that trimarans are visitors from an angry, evil planet? Right.
Well, I'll buy it.
Right.
I'll buy it.
Oh, I like them. I think
Well,
they're
they go
kinda cool.
fast, but then everything else is sort of downhill from there. There's very little space. and-
Yeah, I have to say I like Avocet a lot. Yeah, that it's an old. What year is that boat from?
It's on tape.
Yes, that's right. It's like 1960s.
It's
something.
50 years old this year.
Yeah. Okay.
73.
So it's a vintage boat, really.
Yes.
Yeah, and it's just got character. I mean, it's like us, right?
That's right. That's right.
And yeah, I've really gotten to like it a lot. It feels kind of like home on it, So
when I got it across the ocean, we went to Portugal first, and then down the coast of Spain, and then went into the Med to Gibraltar. And then I went, hey, look, Morocco's like a day sail away. Let's go to Morocco. So got to Morocco, and somebody warned me though. They said, watch out for the tour guides. They will try to sell you a carpet or make sure that you end up in a carpet store. And, I'm on a 30-foot boat. What do I want with a carpet? So
Right.
this guide comes walking down the dock. He says, hey, you want to see the Casbah? Yes, I want to see the Casbah in Tetuan. So I say to him, I will let you take me to the Casbah in Tetuan, but no carpets. No carpets. He says, okay, no carpets. So we go to the Casbah. It's great. It looks like Indiana Jones with, these canvas shade cloths over these little tables with like goat heads and stuff, and guys with these swishers to keep the flies away from the unrefrigerated bits of chicken and goat and whatever else. And that's all great. And then we're seeing these other stores and whatnot. And all of a sudden I realize I'm in a carpet store. And I look over at him. He's like, it's what I do. He promised his brother or something.
What an expression.
Yeah, that's what I do.
Well, a lot of your experiences, as some people know who are chiming in here, are captured on Acoustic Sailing YouTube
Yes,
channel. So,
Acoustic Sailing.
yeah, after this, pop over to Acoustic Sailing. In fact, if you're watching on Facebook, you can watch this every week on YouTube, on my YouTube channel. So which is just as good. But let's play a little clip that
She likes this one.
this
This
is
is. I was trying to think of a clever way to have her play a song in the Acoustic Sailing episodes without just saying, "Hey, play a song." Something a little more interesting. So what she's going to show you is the result of that thought process.
Oh, okay, here we are.
Well, for your wheels, I'll
Oh, it's at the
play
beginning.
a little tune that I learned from Chet Atkins.
Oh, hang on. We'll start at the beginning. There we go.
Hey, let's row show and go for a walk.
Okay, we'll be ready in just a couple minutes. Check out that car, Bryan.
Nice.
It's so beautiful here.
It really is.
Hey, look.
That is sexy. Let's go up. Look at this. Oh man. Ooh-wee. Look at that car.
Look at that guitar. Hey, it's a Larrabee.
Hey, it's a Morgan.
So, you interested in this old car?
Yeah. Well, sure, kinda, sorta,
Well, what are you going to offer me?
We're gonna offer you a song.
A song? That better be a darn good one. You don't look like you could carry a tune in a bucket.
Well, you'd be right, but I'm not gonna play it. She is.
Well, this I gotta hear.
Well, for your wheels, I'll play a little tune that I learned from Chet Atkins.
Ready to roll? Oh, that was fun. That was a lot of preparation to do that little dream sequence.
It was.
Yeah, you had that whole idea.
Yeah. I looked up some car club and called the guy, and he was all about it because he played. That was his Larrivee, actually.
Yeah, and Nick Apollonio, the great guitar builder.
Frank Winnick was the president, or is the president of that car club, and really pulled a lot of strings and got things together and made that happen.
Yeah.
Yeah. So thank you, Frank, and everyone else, the owner of the barn, and Bruce, and yeah, a lot of work.
Yeah. Well, while you were gone, there was a guitar show, and let me show you what I got.
A little acquisition syndrome going on over here. Oh, look at that! Look at the color.
So you say, well, I have another guitar in the house, but I don't have another blue guitar, right?
Wow.
Yeah. So
Which leaves room for red, orange, and green, and
there was a green bass that I had seriously considered, but there was a string bass, and we kind of don't have space.
I
in the
rest
house.
my case.
But yeah, that's right. It shows what a sophisticated
No, I see you bought
buyer
a
I
steel
am.
string, but you don't
Yeah.
not really a steel string.
Yeah. Well, I haven't changed the strings on it yet. It still has rusty strings. But still pretty nice sound.
Sounds
Yeah.
nice. And who makes this?
Yeah. The Blue Guitar Makers.
Is it Johnson? What does that say? Johnson.
Johnson.
Never heard of it.
Johnson Blue Guitar.
Sorry, Johnson. Never
It's
heard
the
of
famous Johnson Blues, Yes,
Johnson
but
Blues.
yes, of course. I guess I got to play the blues. See, now I do have a blues guitar.
I guess you had to get it.
Okay, here we go. We're getting carried away.
I'm just sitting here.
Okay. And before we sign off and play, can you tell us a little bit about your trip here?
Oh yeah. So I've
Yeah.
got a couple little clips and pictures here. So this was the beginning of the ride home, actually.
Oh, yeah.
And so I put someone asked if I used drones, and there you go. I used a drone for that shot. It's the Mavic Mini 2,
Yeah.
and the water there is like gin. It's just so clear. And that was my favorite anchorage, that shot there. And then I had a great time shooting things from above with all the distortions, looking through the water, like those remoras, the turtle, the ray.
And the water's so clear.
And then I found these guys that were cleaning fish, and all these sharks would show up. And so they were mostly nurse sharks.
I haven't seen some of these. That's good.
Well, the turtle. Yeah,
Turtle.
but there was one lemon shark. This is a lemon shark, and so the lemon shark is one you don't want to mess with. The nurse sharks, like these three, you could jump in the water and play with them like puppies. But the lemon shark, not so much. And you can see now there's three nurse sharks, and then that lemon shark on the bottom. There's another shot of the lemon. So I always had to watch for that guy. But the nurse sharks like this one, you could get right up to. They don't really have the same set of teeth. And this is a close-up of the dorsal fin just below the surface. And even just the water itself, like that. It just was so fascinating and fun to photograph the textures like that. And but my favorite really were the ray. There's a certain beach where the rays were very tame and would come right up to you and would just bang into your legs looking for some kind of handout. And this turtle who just hung around like a puppy dog. And I finally decided I could get in the water with this thing, and he would just come running right over and check me out, check out the camera. And I called him Crooked Mouth because it looked like he had gotten hit by a prop or something, and his face is a bit distorted. But you see, when I get underwater, he'll turn right around and just come zooming right back over. And probably because people have been feeding him, but I didn't have anything to give him, so he began to explore me, and at one point he decided that my toes looked like something that maybe he should be munching on. Yeah, there we go. So
Oh boy, that looks close for those jaws.
well, he was very slow and deliberate, and not, so I could cut it close like that. But I finally said, "Bad turtle, bad crooked mouth," and he slunk off into the sunset, and I don't think I ever saw him again after that.
Wow, that's something. When you were you told me you were going in the water and taking pictures of sharks.
Oh yeah, the
Wow.
nurse. It was so exciting. I'd never done that before. Like get in the water and they just come right up to you. They just, they get like this close and give you a sniff. And,
Yeah.
but they don't. They're not really dangerous as far as I can tell. So, yeah, I was utterly comfortable with those guys. But the lemon shark looked very aggressive,
Yeah.
and so no, don't go in the water with those guys.
Yeah.
It's not me.
No. Yeah. Well, that's something. We have enjoyed that bottle of wine when you first came in that I picked up in Paris. So some of you were tuning in when I was.
No, we have a friend in
last
Paris
week.
who's a sommelier, and he goes to these tastings and gets these wines sulfite-free, organic, not just organic grapes, but the processed organic too. So
Yeah, they're called biodynamic. And I didn't know there was a difference. Biodynamic is not only with organic grapes, but it's the old-fashioned method all the way through. So there's no sulfites, nothing added, and
that
just
was
the
an
way
incredible
wines
bottle.
used to be. And so it's very difficult to make the wine this way. And but the wines are spectacular. His entire shop is dedicated to these. So if you happen to be on the north side of Paris this week, go to Vivin Wine Shop.
Vivin.
Yes,
Yeah.
Vivin. Yes, right on the north side. So definitely worth it.
Who else is saying something here?
Yeah. Yeah, and I'll get ready to play another tune.
The Kuda like to rub their teeth on. What they do?
Barracuda?
I guess they mean barracudas. There was always, whenever I anchored, there was always a barracuda, like 3 to 4 feet under the boat. Always. They seem to like that shadow to hang around in. And you can get in the water, and if you just stay still, they'll also come right up to you because they're curious.
Boy, they're scary looking.
And when they
though.
breathe, their mouth kind of moves, so it gives them sort of a hungry kind of a look. And you can chase them; they'll run off, but then they'll circle right back. They're not really totally intimidated. And they've got wicked, like, fangs, just nasty teeth.
Yeah.
I heard about a guy who was washing dishes over the side, and the barracuda hit his hand and just shredded his hand.
Oh.
So every time I would do that, ever since then, I was kind of a little nervous, ready to pick my hands up or something. But
Yeah.
anyway, yeah, the barracudas.
Yeah.
You gonna play something?
Yeah. Well, I'll play one for Tom Hankinson.
Oh.
Yeah, it was third mate, I think.
Yes,
we
he
made,
is.
Yeah, we made Pamela.
Honorary third mate.
Lady Pamela's honorary second mate.
What? She's ahead
Yes.
of Tom?
Yeah, she just got there first, and then cousin Tom, he just got a promotion. Cousin Tom is third mate, and so this is called Friendship. And I just really treasure my friends. I mean, just what a difference that makes. thank you all for your friendship. Thanks for joining us on Monday Live. And
Yes.
thank you, Captain Bryan, for returning home. Yes.
Was there ever a doubt? Was there
That's
ever a
right.
doubt?
That's right.
I want to hear about this CUDA touching your mask or something. That sounds pretty frightening.
Yeah. I think-
Neil in Clearwater
All right. We'll
talking about that.
Yeah, we'll continue. We'll answer your text, I guess, online later on. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I guess greetings to you all. We'll see you next week. Bye. Yeah, I'm heading to New York. We'll see you next week from New York. Right. That's
I
right.
think we arrive on Monday.
Sometime in there. We'll be on the road someplace. We'll text in someplace. We'll loop in with you someplace on the
We'll
road
stop at
next
some
Monday.
random hotel
Yeah.
and broadcast.
All right. We'll see you then from wherever we are.